now. Very well. We are live. I am here with my trusted partner, Fringlish, and I'm Reaper, but everyone knows that by now. Probably.
Well, I think, they probably know it by now. It's nice to know you trust me, though. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's new.
Sure. I wouldn't want to call you sidekick too soon. So we have several things to talk about, and the first one being, of course, the anniversary, because everything is unlocked, and there has been some mixed words about it, to say it gently. So currently, we have a beautiful anniversary carnival, which I just saw, where you can collect cards by doing the usual things: gathering, attacking rebels, alliance help, get away with 3 trials, to actually light off fireworks.
Not that I really know what they're for at the moment. They seem to be dependent on giving you small bonuses, such as 5% to your construction, 5% to your training, things like that. They last about 4 hours.
Yeah, and lighting fireworks, I can show you that right now. If you go to a Grand City, King's Landing, Winterfell, whatever, you can actually use relocate. No, festive point, something. Okay, I did it last time and now it doesn't work. Nice. Great. Oh, it's unavailable now. Well, you can go there and he'll send a little attachment. Like a normal kind of when you normally occupy a spot, that's kind of camp, and from there you can shoot fireworks in the sky.
Yeah, the idea being that these cards, you have, what was it, 6 different hero cards that you can end up collecting, and of them, you can you can buy different types of fireworks. I think there's specific times you can set them off on the major.
Yes. The specific times were just like 7 was the last moment, 6 to 7 p.m., 6 to 7 a.m., so it's 7:35 now, so I can't do it now. I don't know why they added times to this, because that doesn't really make sense, but... And somebody is still setting off fireworks for some reason.
Well, if they want to, they...
I see in the screen. And then I want to do it and I can't do it, okay.
And hello, Romina Tavo, unpredictable son of a bitch. I presume SB stands for son of a bitch at the end of your name. And Juliano, hello and good evening.
Hello everyone, welcome. So we're
And
gonna
Miguel,
have
what's up?
Yeah, it's great. I didn't expect people to join me tonight, actually. The weekend just started, so...
Well, I put a quick announcement on the Discord server.
Oh, I wanted to talk about the Discord server with you.
Okay, we'll do that. Oh, I just got a Jon Snow medal. Cool.
Because awesome. I need a Discord.
True. Just looking at it now, have you noticed the fact you can trade the medals when needed?
Yes, I have done that a lot of times already. Several times I see someone asking for it.
I've just been trading all my medals for Tyrion medals. I don't really care much about the fireworks. I'm just trying to get as many Tyrion medals as possible. Well, I suppose Tyrion cards, because they're not medals.
Yeah, then they're just jokes.
They're useless, but...
Look, nobody wants Cersei, but I love Jaime. For some reason, I love Jaime. I don't know why. Oh, I have 5 of these. Maybe his manliness. So you basically post a message, and if someone has Jaime Lannister, you'll see it get fulfilled very soon. Or not. Maybe.
Hopefully. Kind of. English collection. I already have collected the free castle skin. I just haven't swapped over, because I know you hate the castle skin I currently have.
We might be able to see that later.
Maybe. Or talk more about the anniversary, the things you do get from the anniversary.
Yes. So I did kind of like what they added at the moments of the year. When you press view, you actually get brought to a website, and then you get a thank you note, but a lot more, of course. Every day you can check in and gather one of the rewards, which is a singular reward. So the second day will probably be just a reduction on black diamond, so that's not useful. But then you get a Spirit of Veilwood. I see a 3-day truce. I think that's a Rebel Leader chest, and I see I see a badge chest. I don't know the middle one. Oh, you're not that far yet. You're watching the stream.
No. Hopefully we'll have these new events. We'll have some good stuff going along. The problem I have, or I've seen with an awful lot of the stuff, is that have you seen the sort of summary of the year?
Yeah, it's not. I'm not there yet, but it's not good. It's not.
It doesn't work.
It's not what I want it to be. Of course, you have the summary, how much rebel leaders are defeated. It's a massive number. It's just what Riot Games does the same for League of Legends. Teemo is killed 50 billion times. It's a bit useless. It's fun data, but it doesn't say anything, except that you get a great view how much players are actually pretty much active.
Yeah, it does show, however, that quite a few players have already left. I mean, I haven't seen a single summary where you have less than like 90%. Down at the bottom it says 90%. What you've trained more commanders than 90% of people. You've helped people 90%, something like that. I haven't seen a single 90%, something less than 90% from anybody.
Oh my god! I can claim Glorious Keep.
Oh yeah, you get that for free.
Okay, I didn't ever scroll that far back. Well, if you're gonna hide stuff that deep in,
and you get a Lord emblem, I think, as well. Fawaz Ali and says, AOD, I suppose that AOD is such a boring event. Make the voice reach the game devs. Ask for multiple KVK. That's something I've seen on the Discord. Multiple Kingdom versus Kingdom have they just want a massive clusterfuck, really.
Yeah, everybody wants that. I will talk to whoever I can to promote that as well. So my year in review. I started at the 1st of March 2019. And I have eliminated 383 million enemy soldiers.
It would be nice if you could also see your casualties on that.
No, nobody wants to see that.
No, just so you can understand, like, you may have killed 300 million, but you only lost 60 million or something.
True. You do see your victory rate, so maybe you can kind of deduce it from there. Nah.
Something like that. Well, I'm just looking at the, just totaling up the benefits for the first anniversary. If you check in each day, you will get, was it 4,000, about the equivalent of 10,000 diamonds, plus the badge chests, which are sort of a misdemeanor because you normally get nothing. You normally get a grey wall fortification from them. But 10,000 diamonds isn't too bad.
They did change something because this morning I checked this and it said rank in training grounds, the highest historical rank in training grounds is 60. And I was already complaining about that, like what is going on? Because I literally have a video showing me becoming number 1. And now I see they suddenly changed that.
Oh yeah, they fixed that. Because my highest rank in training grounds was about 300. It's back to 17 now.
Ooh.
So they must have just taken it from the server you were currently on.
Yes, and you still don't have level 60 commanders, so I don't think you can get anywhere close to the first rank.
No,
so far.
I mean, if I push myself, I have got into the top 100 on my server, but I get knocked down really quickly. Yeah. Like, people at 400 can see me knock me straight down. I've only eliminated 157 million enemy soldiers. Haven't been as combative as you.
You've been too passive for this world.
I've been too passive, yes. Hang on, what's your victory rate? Mine's only 93.56%.
Mine's 92, but I like getting hit. That's a difference.
That's true. You are a bit of a masochist. Oh wait, are we allowed to say it on stream?
Only 1.3% people have eliminated less enemies than me. That's somewhat disappointing.
You gotta pump up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
4% of people. Yeah, less. I'm not helpful at all. I'm bad at clicking help stuff. But there's still 4% people who unlocked more commanders than me. That's pretty surprising to me, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, I've unlocked only 22 commanders. That's all the free-to-play ones. Just 84.6% of all players have unlocked less commanders than me. So I've got over 15% commanders 15% of people who pay for commanders.
Yeah. So overall, I have actually been keeping track of the anniversary in the wiki I make. So I think maybe it's fun to go over every single event for a moment and then see if there's anything that they really did for like free-to-play players or...
Sure, let's make a fool of ourselves.
So I'm dragging the anniversary with that. So first we had Memory Corridor, which is still active, I believe. It's still there, but it's finished already like a few days ago, where you had to reach 100%, and you actually got a decent amount of rewards from that, not gonna lie.
Well, it was sort of a bit annoying. It definitely wasn't balanced. Like, you'd expect to get a fifth of the time you get the diamonds. You didn't get the diamonds at all.
No, definitely.
I think most of the time we just got resources, which, while nice, it was a couple million in total. Like, it wasn't grandstanding. It was a couple of hours of gathering.
The thing that surprised me the most was that I got a lot of race boots from it. I think I'm back to 100 race boots 25, and I really always need race boots. It's ridiculous, especially for AC, etc.
That's true. You did end up with quite a few race boosts. I think it was the 50% you got from there.
Yep.
I went from maybe 10 to I got an extra 20 or so, which, while I don't use them very often, it's nice to have. I can't remember how much they cost as the base game.
No, I had several events that I always only go for the race boots and even spend money on it.
Yeah, the race boost 25% cost 500 diamonds. The race boost 50% cost 900 diamonds each. So the fact that you got 2 from each event, that's 1,800 diamonds.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. And but the problem is, if I have a lot of race boots though, I'm actually spending way more. So I've been the last Alliance Conquests, I've been really focusing on, no, the building is still 2 minutes locked. You don't have to speed them up because you're there in 1 minute, and then still you use 2 level 50% the race boots to get there on time, and you're like, oh my god, why did I do that?
I'm feeling a bit of resentment from here. You're having some issues.
Yeah, I have for myself.
The interesting thing about race boosts is the diminishing returns are even more prevalent there. Like, throwing down 250%. After you throw down 3 or 4 race boosts, you don't really need to send any more because the time is just not worth it. Trying to cut a second in half doesn't work.
Yeah, true. Oh, it's not anymore visible in the anniversary event, so we really have to use the wiki for that. Okay. Luckily, I'm a master of recording. I'm like a real meister. I just document everything I see in this game.
Well, you never know when it'll be useful.
So I think the time capsule was quite actually. People expect a lot more from it. Okay, so we get a mail next year that we wrote a message to myself, and I kind of wrote in there. For the rebellion, hearts full of hatred, never forget, something like that.
The message I sent to myself was, congratulations on just unlocking tier 4. Good luck.
Good
That's
luck. Nice.
5 troops.
Yeah, so people, if you want in the comments, make sure you post what you wrote in your time capsule. So maybe it's very fun to watch later. And they actually had 4 story chapters, but I couldn't connect it to anything.
They were just random sentences, like the show.
Heart of an Empire, King's Landing, the capital of the 7 kingdoms. The city is located on the east coast of Westeros and overlooks the Blackwater Rush. The Red Keep inside the city contains the Iron Throne, the symbol of ultimate power and glory to the many lords and ladies of Westeros. And I was like, was that the moment they unlocked War of the Kingdoms or something, or Castle Siege, or are they?
I think it must have been Castle Siege. Because if you remember the first week of Castle Siege, everything but King's Landing was unlocked. And then the second time you had Castle Siege, King's Landing was also unlocked. So it must have been referring to that, I think.
Yeah. And then I did get the Dragon's Awakening and the Armor of the Dead, but then second came Eve of Conquest, ordered by Aegon the Conqueror. The painted table was carved and painted in the form of a detailed map of Westeros. On this table, Aegon and his advisors planned their invasion on Westeros. And they're actually referring to Dragonstone, which is not even on the Westeros map in the game.
So there's no Dragonstone. You can't even zoom into the painted table. You can't look at the rock that Daenerys Targaryen was born. Yeah, I don't know what Eve of Conquest was even referring to. Maybe the opening of the servers, the Kingdom versus Kingdom, conquering Westeros that way. Is that what they were going for?
That could be, yes.
That's the only thing that makes sense time wise, but it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, and then of course they refer to the dragon's awakening after their long extinction. Daenerys Targaryen managed to has 3 dragons: Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion. In Khal Drogo's funeral pyre, the Dothraki Sea has witnessed the birth of 3 dragons in the last 100 years. Okay, that's really weird.
That's probably a translation into English. Do not stop by translator. Do not pass go. Use Google Translate. So that's definitely the dragons. The start of the dragons. Well, we didn't get 3. We got.
Okay, the editing is just there. And lastly, we have Army of the Dead. The undead create the dark art of the Night King. This unstoppable army of white, commanded by the Night King's White Walkers, threaten to destroy all living things. They are the true enemy of the realm. So I'm quite sure they actually wrote the story of the past year on what events came or what big new things. So actually,
it's a shame that they didn't really have anything for Alliance Conquest, as I think that's probably the game mode that most people enjoy right now. Well, they enjoy and they also hate it because the amount of speed ups they end up using without realizing. But I see like Alliance participation is probably highest in Alliance Conquest than other events.
True, but historically, the Lannisters and the Targaryens actually were the most apart because it was the North, the Starks, and the Baratheons that actually kicked out the Targaryens from King's Landing, while the Lannisters were cowering in their Castle Rock. So having Alliance Conquest, those 2 parties against each other is actually really historically weird.
But I don't think it was referring to the sort of the War of the Usurper. I think it was more just the battle for Castle Rock from the show. That's what they were going for.
True, from that perspective. But then
there's no Greyjoy, there's no fleets. There's there's so many things missing.
Maybe it'll come. There's room. There's so much room in the lore to expand. And if you look back at what they actually launched the last year, I do think they really tried. That the events are very unique, despite them being really buggy. And maybe Alliance Conquest was the best event they'd added, and whatever they did with the dragons was actually pretty smoothly implemented. It works really well. It didn't need much adjustment afterwards. So
no, I think the best implemented feature we had was the actual dragons themselves. The boosting cards added a little bit of strategy to it. You had to work with your alliance. I mean, the growth is scaled a bit. It's fucked up. Especially the second dragon, like the amount of time it takes to upgrade that fucker.
Yeah,
it isn't. It's scaled. I mean, the first dragon, I think that was quite good. Like it took a while, but it wasn't unmanageable. This second one's difficult, really difficult.
True. Maybe when you really start new, it would be pretty hard to get the first dragon done as well.
Maybe that's true, but the fact is the second dragon's so much harder because we're even more powerful now. Like the dragon we first got, I was 30 million when the dragon came out, something like that.
Yeah,
I'm over 100 million now, and the second dragon is so much harder.
That's true. Anyway, after that, open the Vault of Dawn. The first dragon a little bit easier because we were really stronger already when it came, which is the biggest rip-off they could possibly imagine. And I don't think there was anyone positive about it, nor did anyone, maybe a few wheels unlock the whole thing, because that would more likely be a loss for them to do.
That's true. When it first came out, you thought, oh, sweet, a key each time. You can just do 10, get some randoms, stuff like that. And then you realize that it upgraded exponentially each time. How many keys did you have to spend to do a full?
The 4 was already 20 keys. It was like 1, 5, 10, 20, 30.
Yeah, I think it was something like 466 keys you had to do for the 10.
So yes, I literally spent €20 on, am I saying that right? 20 keys on motivation times 20.
Yay!
And that was the worst money I've ever spent. So I think all they had to do was give everyone a full round, because it wasn't that with the commander medals were a little bit different, but other than that, Alliance Conquest gives better rewards. You know, if this is your anniversary vault, you really should have done a better job in giving everyone something really special, be it a commander they usually can't get or something like that. It's not hard for them
To be honest,
do.
the daily the Lord of Lords event, just the daily rewards for doing the basics, like you gain certain rewards for gathering 2 million resources and so on. Not even the ranking stuff. Just the daily rewards were better than the Vault of Dawn.
Yep.
It
Okay.
was also annoying that there was no way to get free keys at all. That was an
No,
only paying event. That was
that was
middle
true.
finger straight up. And the fact that it's a wheel, you know the wheel's going to be weighted, so you aren't going to get the good. You aren't going to get the good.
Oh, if only that. If I had a chance. And there was a reset button which you couldn't use at all these days. So I was thinking, okay, tomorrow at least I can try another 3 keys or something for
You
10
can only
euro.
reset it when you get to the end, I think.
Yeah.
You
So,
do the
and
entire reset.
yeah, there was I didn't hear of anyone who got one of the. I heard of a lot of people who showed actually they did 3 and some even up to 5 unlocks, and none of them had anything from the highest, the legendary.
Yeah, I think it was locked away. That was it. It was probably, I think, the worst event we've seen just in cash grab. The people who would spend the money already have Danny and John at gold.
Yes.
Like, what do they need it for?
So maybe they just go for unsullied or something. Probably troop appearances.
They probably already have it on gold as well.
And then came anniversary and 100% rebate, and that's the first determination badge selection chest I've ever missed. Because I've always bought the legendary badges because I think badges are still the hardest thing to get to legendary in game.
I think that's probably it as well. Yeah, well, badges, some equipment is difficult. Like Maester equipment on gold, that's going to take you a year and a half. Badges might be slightly easier than that. But the badges are sort of always hard. Whereas the equipment, it depends on the set you're trying to build.
Yeah. Unpredictable says 499 keys, so that's just 500
Yeah,
euro.
just
right
shy
now.
of 500. Let's just round it up at 500. It doesn't make a difference at that point.
But yes,
yeah.
The badges have always done. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, do I want to spend 100 euro on this game? Do I still want to do that? Is it necessary? And I was like, I need to sleep another night over this, and then it was gone.
Well, that's one way of avoiding the money. To be honest, I don't think it's worth it.
Well, it's a free badge. You know, I usually spend 100 euro, 200 euro a month on this game, and it's been a bit less lately since I unlocked tier 4. But getting 1,000 return literally means you get the badge for free and you can spend the 1,000 on something else. And since I already spent the 100, I would like to wait for that.
Yeah. If you're already going to do it, then it's free stuff.
Well, the rest is already explained, so we can close the wiki so you can have a beautiful in-game view again.
Just a quick question. You know those sort of legendary badge chests you get? Or the epic badge chests or things like that?
Yeah.
Have you ever got a good badge out of them? Just on the random stuff? Or are they always grey and green?
Can't remember. I always buy the epics because I don't like the legendaries at all.
Yeah, I always get greys and greens. I have one purple badge. That is it. The entire time playing the game, I've managed to get one purple badge, and it's wall defense.
How much money I have? Okay, what if I buy 5 of each? Can I do that? I don't have diamonds at all. I can't do that. Okay, I'll buy one.
One thing I did like though was the castle skin you got for free for being a long-term player. Now, I know a lot of people that have just missed out on that because they joined a week or so later. But is it the glory?
The runes of Valkyrie. Oh no.
Oh no, it was the Grand Keep. There we go.
I don't have the Grand Keep. I have a lot of I just here's the Grand Keep. I do have the Grand Keep. No, the Grand Keep is
Was
from
it
this.
the Glorious?
Yeah, it's definitely glorious. The Grand Keep is from this pass actually, and I like it because of the own bonus. It has a good own bonus, so I don't have to equip it. I just have to have it. Plus 10,000 army size and plus 10,000 reinforcement capacity. Especially the army size. That's well, if you would look at friendship, how much equivalent that would be to army size. I have to load that shit, of course.
I know the reason I thought Grand Keep is because it said Grand Keep at the start. At least I thought it did.
Is
So
the game
yet another thing
freezing?
that's
Oh God Almighty! Yeah, the event is. It hurts my brain so much. You're still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Ah, I lost your soothing voice. Oh, that's the wrong one.
I was
So
just taking a drink of tea. Yeah, hang on.
You didn't talk for 5 seconds.
I had to. I can't. I'm not a ventriloquist yet. I had to mute myself to drink some tea.
All right.
Tavo's got a golden badge, and I instantly hate. Unless it's a wall defense or something like that, which is pretty standard. It seems to be. So what's next?
So yeah, it's equivalent to almost 300 leadership. Just to have a 10,000 bonus on army size, actually.
That is quite substantial. No, for some reason I thought it was glory. Not the Glorious Keep. I thought the one you got for free was the Grand Keep. Nope, you get the Glorious one, which is extra 10 minutes of speed up, which is not great. 10% resource gathering, 10% resource marching speed, and 10% iron. It's something, I suppose.
What is with Draken? Lately he's only been using bowman rallies. Why?
Maybe he wants to prove a point or something.
Okay, he's full. He's gonna 3 minutes to a rebel camp. On the dragons it actually works. On the dragon lairs, what he does is actually he sends 1 infantry, 1 spearman, 1 horse, and then the rest archers. And then the first 3 hits you actually just lose that 1 guy.
Yeah, I mean that on paper that works. Not to mention that archers do have the highest base damage.
Oh, he sends archers against archers.
They miss out on the extra bonus damage you get from countering the types.
Yeah.
Wait, bows actually work after? Have bows been fixed after the update?
I think
A
so.
year into the game, are they finally useful?
They have bonus on some, I think, elite trials at least, and as far as I know. That reminds me, it's another 20% bonus on trial bosses.
Another one come up.
Yeah.
So you've managed to finally take out the bowman.
Oh yeah, that one.
Or the bowman trial bosses.
Easy.
Yeah.
We're actually doing the Gorel now.
The 622.
722.
Oh, a whole level above us. We're on Gorel 622.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the last time you managed to clear the bow heroes, you managed to get Robert and basically walk through them. We were 1 behind you, I think, on Cersei. Or was it Robert? There was Cersei and Robert. You had 1 to clear, we had 2. It shows you how important the extra 20% is.
Yeah.
Just that big difference. Having 20, 30... just the 20% extra allows you to clear what otherwise you would be stuck for another week or 2 at least.
So I'm trying to do my share. At least the first hit was 3 million. Yeah, it's too bad you don't look at my live stream now. I mean, my live screen, that would really help you look with me.
And so I just watch it like the rest of the plebs in the back. No, Bo's OP after update? No. That's all I got. Just no from unpredictable.
That minor spark of hope you had.
No. Oh. Well, I thought you could finally like use a strategy. You want a front line and you want bows behind because bows deal more damage if you're defending, for example, on a wall in defense. Bows might be useful, but no. They still haven't fixed the wall. Since they've fucked up the wall in the first, was it month? They buggered that up 3 ways from Sunday. They haven't fixed it since.
I use my bad bows as frontline now. Because they're so useless, that I'm just gonna let them take some hits so I can fight with the others 5 seconds longer.
I called us all plebs, Romina. All of us.
All of you.
Yes. Unpredictable would use bows front line. But it sort of makes sense. Like you want your stronger characters, you want your damage dealers to be around for longer. If you don't have enough tanks, just use the useless bows. I'm looking at you, Robert. I'm looking at you.
Look. Oh, you can't see it yet, but my overall score is actually really good now. I am 4th out of almost 70 people on damage. I've been doing well. I've been redeeming myself from the last Q&A.
How are you doing for the elite trials, by the way?
I've skipped several. Well, I forgot to hit several. Well, then I only did the counter in the morning, and then I forgot the rest of the day. Kind of want to check out the bowman attack from Dragon, but
elite trials is probably one of my favorite activities on right now. I mean, the bonuses, they're worth a lot. For extra 5 Tyrion Lannister medals, the 10 legendary friendship tests, what else? 50 advanced skill raffles, skill tokens. Those are the ones I get every single time. I mean, it would be worth it just for the Tyrion medals because they're so hard to come by. My Tyrion's still blue.
Already used everyone. I'm 70th, so I haven't been doing too well. Sorry. But what I always get is the Tyrion Lannister medals, then the friendship chest, and then I'm most of the time just going to the grain because it's 2 million for only 80 points. And I'm always needing my grain. Oh, I have 230 actually right now, but ooh, I can better go for the stone. I have 130 million stone. I've been slowing down a lot on troop training, which enables me to get some resources back actually. Yeah, we just lost some bowmen. It seems to work really well. Bowman against a full bowman team.
Well, bowmen do have an advantage against other bowmen. I think that was their basic troop counter. Bowman can counter bowman. Everybody else is part of the combat triangle. But as people didn't use bowman, it was sort of a cycle. You didn't send bowmen in the first place because they didn't do an awful lot of damage, because they didn't get the counter, they took a while to get into combat, and so on. So because player A didn't put any bowmen, it was useless for player B to put bowmen in because then there'd just be a disadvantage. So no one was using bowmen. Yeah, I can see that there.
So yes, again, I used several blue badge chests, which one of them gave me a blue badge, and I used several legendary afterwards, and all of them were grey. Something you can't get when you buy epics. If you buy the epic chests, you always get uncommon, so they are, for me, they're just better. Because the odds of getting a higher grade is so low.
You just want more greys so you can combine them, make your own greens, make your own blues.
Yeah, I mean, just buy like, I don't know, Maybe I'll buy 10 of each soon and try again.
Yeah, some of you's asking to set off some fireworks. Fireworks in the event right now can only be set off in between midnight and 1,
Yeah.
6 a.m. and 7 a.m., 12 p.m. and 1, and 6 p.m. and 7. So we've missed the next firework. Then the next ones we can set off at midnight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But once you set them off, if you go into your sort of anniversary carnival and hit greetings, you can see the bonuses you get. I mean, it's 5% construction, 5% trading speed, things like that. I think it's fairly random depending on the fireworks that get set off,
Yes.
but just the local ones.
I don't know about the bonuses. I didn't check that, but I did get 200 diamonds, etc. each time I blew one up.
Yeah.
So yes, we can't set them off. I was actually before the stream. I was doing a few, and I was like, "Yay, that's gonna be so much fun during the stream."
And we missed it by half an hour.
Oh, I hear my cat. Just give me 1 second, please. Talk for a second.
Talk for a second. What am I going to say? I was dependent on him to show things, and I could say something else, and he just ran off to. Cat. It sounds like someone's at the door. These cats probably have developed opposable thumbs. They're going to take over. As soon as we're all dead from the coronavirus, the cats are going to take over, it seems. I will have a look at the time.
I'm back.
He's back.
I don't know if you heard screaming, etc., but my cat was entering the house and she demanded food. She's a little bit pregnant, actually, so.
What? How do you become a little bit pregnant? Surely you're pregnant or not?
Well, it's growing in her, and she will get fat soon.
Some of you would like to look at the Lord level in Tavern, and Just Us is asking what the best to max in Tavern is. So, I think we should have a look at the Tavern.
Very well. I actually
asking you shall receive.
Personally, my things are maybe not the best example because I could have done better. I actually always use the chart that is made by Run. I can quickly show you that. The friendship guide, which only misses the newest commands, of course. But other than that, it's very up to date. I'll throw that link in the description as well, so people can look at it later. I've been doing that before as well. Yeah, why not go over the chart for a bit? I think
we can have a look. Yep, the different commanders. It depends on as well on the items you have, as getting double the amount of experience for their favorite item is definitely something not to be sniffed at. It should be noted, especially at the start, you should probably get all your commanders up to level 10. It's very cheap to do so, and the rewards are linear.
Yes.
So a level 1 to level 2, you gain the same amount as if you go from level 20 to level 21. But it's an awful lot more expensive to upgrade to the higher levels. So if you have to choose between a couple of different pips or 3 or 4 levels, the levels are always better. Then you can specialize depending on what you have left over. And I think the best heroes. Do we have the chart up yet? Yeah. As you can see, the best heroes, you're looking for free-to-play players, that is. Sansa, who has 11 pips total. Tyrion, who has 12 pips total. Arya, Rob. The Starks are pretty good.
Yes, very well. When I made a guide for army size this week, there was actually questions like how to get the army size up. And if you look at free to play commanders, there are only 2 of them who give leadership, which is Sansa Stark and her brother Robb Stark. A total of 5 pips. You have some others, some newer ones, I believe. Mango, maybe. Yeah, Mango gives 1.
Mango has it's very short though. It is difficult for free-to-play players to get them upgraded.
Yes, and
I focused on Sansa and Rob just for that leadership, just so I wouldn't fall too far back.
And in a way, army size is pretty important, but it's really hard to get as free-to-play player. So the best thing for you to do is, if you want to be a warrior, is of course just max out your combat rate. It's the only viable option.
Yeah, well, I found the most important thing. One of the most important things for free-to-play players is the aptitude, just for the daily speed ups. I'm not sure what you're at now, but I focused on Sansa, I focused on Varys, focused on Tyrion. People with the very high aptitude stat, Genie as well, enable me to get nearly 4 hours of speed ups every 3 hours or something like that. Was it 4 hours every 4 hours?
Well, yeah, and then if we look at well, let's get passed by every category, and based on that, I will also say because Sansa and Robsark are for Sansa especially if you want to focus on aptitude as well and leadership, that's just your go-to champion to level with dessert. But for example, when you go to food, that is already really tricky because there is not much food specialization you can do. So I actually found them all so useless, and I didn't have Russell high enough yet, so I've been pumping everything in Gorel.
Well, what I've done with the food, because those commanders, they're all roughly about equivalent. Like they have 5 pips each. Soren may be a little bit better in general for the aptitude, but of course Russell has a good command rate, and Gorel's you don't really need the extra free troops, but it's nice to
Well,
have
if
just
you have
the general.
T4,
Yeah, what I've been doing with the food heroes is I've been upgrading like Soren to 10, then I was upgrading Russell to 10, then Haley to 10, then Gorel to 10, then Soren to 15, Russell to 15, and so on and so forth.
can I? By the way, I'm checking this chat now. Somebody wants to.
We have a better chart. Well, by all means, give us the better chart.
I'm gonna
Something
promote
that-
some people to moderator. By the way, Ramina, Tavo, and you. I don't know what it means, but I do think you can do more in the general.
I'll tell you what it means. It means I have a blue wrench next to my name.
Yay, Blue Wrench.
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
So since when is black rough on the eyes? I mean, I have YouTube on dark mode.
I think it's more the covered text, like the red, the blues, the light green.
Is there something specifically you can do then? I think when you mouse over a player, you can, or a post, you can edit it or kick him out.
I can put user in timeout or report him.
Yay, timeout.
So yeah, food. I've basically split it up. I focus a little bit more on Soren, just because of the aptitude, and then I go towards the combat rate of Russell and then Haley. Command being sort of the least favorite, even with 1 point in aptitude. But I sort of even them. I add them equally.
Yeah, okay. I had a lot of food, too much food actually. I've been giving food to other commanders actually. I brought Gorel to level 30. Then the next up is okay. We have a level. We have a green Russell. We have a green. It's just food in a way. I rather give my food to Rob or Arya. I can't help it because I don't want any of the stats. And the problem is, when it comes to weapons, it's horrible. I want much more weapons.
It's true. Weapons are one thing I always end up running out of. So food and jewelry, I think, are the ones I just end up giving to other people. Dessert and weapons and drink as well.
Yes.
We still don't have the link. I'm not sure if you can post it. At Wootech, are you part of the Fringlish Discord? If you are, you could post it in there.
Do you post it in the comments or in the? I can only see the chat from my live channel.
Can't see, is it comments or how? I can't, it's not in the chat.
Oh wait, there's the link already. Oh, I hear my no. Sorry for the echo. I want you to let you. Oh, you almost made me click on the Discord.
Yeah, welcome to the Discord. Been an admin for years, a year nearly.
Yeah, because
Okay, you'll post it there.
there's so much commanders I want to give weapons.
I mean, the free weapons, the Starks are generally good commanders if you're looking at it that way. Combat rates and leadership from Rob is a reason to upgrade him. Arya's command and combat rate, very useful for, well, just the combat rate itself of fighting.
Yeah.
Chris himself isn't too bad. 3 points of aptitude. And now, while it's not a lot, with only 5 total points, again, I find the aptitude probably one of the most important factors. Just an extra day's speed ups every day.
Maybe, but Chris is only level 2 for me because the rest is so important. Yeah, I know I should have put him to level 10 already, but I just can't bring myself to give weapons to those stats when I have Rob, Arya, and Mango to focus on.
Yeah, Mango is fairly good as well. Just the extra command quality.
And then, well, I do have Melisandre, so she's absolutely maxed out for me on the cloth, and you can't see that yet. The cloth, the jewelry, is indeed one of the least useful you can imagine. I can imagine you put a lot in Jana, being the
Genie, Jana, Genie, fucking
Mrs. G.
J. Just to talk about Mrs. J for a second.
Oh, you say Mrs. J.
Yeah,
It's Mrs. G.
Yeah, Mrs. J is. I think she's one of my highest level commanders purely because I just put all the jewelry to her, and then I still have leftovers.
Yeah.
Aptitude and finance still quite nice, although the amount of pips are fairly low. But that. Okay, yeah, we have a chart here. I've got it from Calculate Or. Nice.
Calculator.
Calculate Or. It's got an 8 in it. Calculate Or.
Where did he put it?
In the GOT chat, Game of Thrones chat. It's more of a spreadsheet.
Well, that is white, so you just go. Ooh.
But it is updated. It is updated.
Is it updated? We do an updated chart. Press F11. Ooh, there we go. It fits perfectly in my screen. Okay, I like it. But it's less pictures.
There's not true. There's not many pictures, but I think people know what they look like by now. Okay, fine.
So I do like
no picture book anymore.
That there is. Oh, you don't see it yet on the screen. There's actually additional infos. It comes in any second now. On the side, which really gives how much every point actually gives per point. So just makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you how important the leadership is, the command, the aptitude, and so on and so forth. Now, while 1 point in this quality means 12 seconds of speed ups, doesn't seem like a lot. It is quite easy to add them together. And you can see the total quality. Like Daenerys and Rob are Daenerys and Jon Snow are by far the best commanders out there.
Yeah.
For battle. I mean, they don't have any aptitude or finance, which means they're a bit limited otherwise. For example, Tyrion, Peter Baelish are a lot better for your passive gain, but Jon Snow and Daenerys are absolutely redonkulous when it comes to combat.
It's also beautiful stats. Yeah, and I can quickly swap back to my screen for a moment, I think, just to see my overall stats. And I was slacking on combat a lot in the past. And I saw that especially during Alliance Conquest, when you see so much castles and you just see so much reports as well. Then you see like everyone has at least over 1200 combat. So I've been pumping that up with all my power the last month at least. Especially as a rally leader, it makes such a difference. Currently on 42.85% of all your stats increase. It's just too grand. When you start stacking it up, it becomes such a massive element that if someone with 1,000 combat more really gets a strong edge on you, if it attacks you, or you have to rally.
Yeah, well, you need it if you're doing a rally leader. I mean, just on the basis, my aptitude is 1050, so it's slightly higher than you have.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like battle bonus and army size, my army size, despite upgrading everything I can as a free-to-play player, is only 500.
Yeah, and that's you can barely do it. They really expect the whales, the paying players, to be the rally leaders.
Well, it's been that way for ages. Now it just it's locked it in.
So, and how are you doing on command?
on command. I have a grand total of 856.
Okay.
Now it's netting me an extra couple hundred troops a day.
Yeah. I think commanders for me leadership is for me the most important because it's not hard to focus on it, and then combat and then command are actually still for me because I do get a lot of free speed ups anyway from the gifts, etc. I don't know. I have been focusing on finance and aptitude at first, but after that I just started to slowly decay a bit and focus on my rally leader capacities. But yes, the Starks are just focus on the Starks. They're the best, to be honest.
It seems to be the baseline. Yeah, just focus on the Starks, focus on the fan favorites. The newer commanders are quite nice as well. If you're looking Mango, Barrett, they're a bit higher than the 5. I mean, Barrett with the command quality and the combat rate of 3 apiece is okay, especially if you can't spend any more wine on Tyrion. And then finally, I think it should be noted that you can't actually upgrade a commander higher than its card level. So for grey, you can upgrade commanders to level 10. For green, you can upgrade your commanders to level 20. Blue, you can upgrade them to 30. Purple, wait, have I got that right?
No.
I was running out of colours a bit too quickly there. Blue is 30. I think purple you can get up to 50. Or is it up to 40? And then gold is all the way to 60. One of them is 20 levels.
Technically,
and I
it's
haven't got the
21, isn't it?
21, yeah.
So, yeah, Obene is really bad, by the way.
Finance and combat rate? Yeah, I'd say so.
You'd hope finally someone who wants meal will have the better stats, but it has not. I think for a Westeros Pass commander, which is even for it's for free to play players, it's pretty hard to get to legendary anyway. So you expect some compensation in the sense of better stats, at least more than 5.
No, instead he's surprisingly useful for dealing damage, so I'll take him.
We'll take him. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I am running out of commanders to upgrade very soon. I can't believe it.
Purple's until 50, right? And then you gold up to level 60. So it's purple that has the 21 leveled. The most important thing anyway for free-to-play players, it's very expensive to get higher than level 25, 30, even if your heroes are leveled up. So the most important for free-to-play players is to have more heroes. So you can upgrade more of them to level 10 on the cheap, so you gain more bonuses. Because again, upgrading a single commander to level 10 is the same as upgrading another commander from level 20 to 30. You gain the same amount of aptitude points. The only difference is the cost. It becomes lots more expensive after 20.
Yeah. So I completed Merrill Peak to gold. I did get a good boost. I think I did Arson and Merrill Peak within a month. Also because of the blessing event, which gave double
I love the
points.
blessing of it.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, have an extra 180 medals have an extra, like you spend all your hearts, so you get 180 medals over the course of the week.
Definitely. Lovely. And becoming VIP 13 actually made my tries unlimited to upgrade commanders.
Oh.
So that was
a bitch.
Good muscle. It's not that hard. It's just it's not easy either. But I have never really bought anything concerning VIP with real money. I just went with it. And
you're just getting your bonuses. It's not really limited my end. I have 32 tries for each hero, for each sort of badge. So for a lot of them, that means I can do over 60 tries in the day. I have to split up. On these double event days when I spend all the werewood hearts, I do have to split up the heroes I go for. But it's not really a hardship. I'm still gaining the medals.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much garbage you get. Everything. When you now do the werewood trials, of the commander trials, how are they called? The blitzes?
Yeah, blitzing.
You get and the honorable duty medals, and you get the Lannister cards and everything. Oh wait, I already have it. Anyway, I don't have much commanders, so I'm gonna go with Russell now because he's been somewhat surprising me in his tankiness of late. Minorly influenced by someone I know.
Have you not realized before that Russell has a passive healing ability?
Yeah,
With a
but I
very high
always found it lacking. So I found it so small that it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've been using him as grey for so long. Russell's the first hero I got to gold, so I could tank, so I could do more damage without having to send a healer with on the expeditions.
True. Well, after I get him to gold, I just have Kravras, and I have Robert, and then I'm out of commanders. Out
Yeah,
of
but to be
3
honest, who's
commanders.
going to spend money on getting Robert up?
Probably not. Gonna make sure it takes another 4 months before Robert is gold, even though I might have enough heart to get in there. Just hoping for new commander.
Yeah, even with a stat difference on some commanders, you get more overall from spreading it somewhat evenly. My best ones are about a tier above the bad ones. Yeah, no, that's what we were saying. The best thing to do is spread out. The lower levels are easier to upgrade. Like the experience points you spend, you can upgrade 1 level. You can upgrade 3 levels for the same price as 1 level, a little bit higher up.
Yeah.
So just my commanders. I mean, as in Reaper's cases, do as we say, not as he does. But my commanders, I've got them upgraded as high as I can, at least the grey ones. And the rest of them, I got them in between 15 and 20. The only hero I have higher than 20 are sort of the Starks for their very good skills, and even then they're capped at 25, 26.
Yeah. Well, I did make a hard line when someone is really useless. I completely skipped it for now. But generally, you'd go first everyone to 10, then everyone to 20, and then you may spike some stronger guys if you have the goods. And if you really don't know what to do with your dessert, etc., just give it to someone who needs arms, etc. Because don't be afraid to give them, like, I have 11 books and I don't think I can upgrade Seg. No, I have to upgrade his medal. I can give him one more.
Wait,
For example,
Seg needs books?
yeah, I don't know how he's gonna
Sorry, what?
flip those pages with those claws, but
Okay, so Seg. Okay, can we just go back to Seg needs books?
I can't help it.
Wait, then you're telling me that Seg needs books?
Yeah, Seg needs book.
The giant needs books. Of all the commanders that could use books, Seg wouldn't he use meat or weapons? Like,
No.
Crevasse, a member of the sort of House of the Undying, someone who's supposed to be very wise, doesn't use books.
Nope.
He drinks instead. But Seg, the giant.
Maybe it was just an inside joke. But as you maybe can see, when I don't care much, maybe I could have given the dessert to Sansa, but when I just want something, I just give everything to one commander. I'm not afraid to give away my books, etc. To
Yeah. I mean, you just put, was it 22 odd desserts straight to Arya, and you only got a level up? If you did that to a grey commander, you'd probably get 3 or 4 levels.
True, but I got her from 31 to 33, so with the remnants.
Maybe Seg is a secret literature lover, a reader of fan fiction or something.
Anyway, so does anyone have any further questions about friendship?
The wizards in the lore do hard drugs. Looks like blue wine. They true. It's true. But Seg reading books? Seriously? I can't get over it.
Oh, that's why they're so close to humans, because they need to have someone on the lab to actually flip the pages and read the books. Well, hold the books, I suppose. I think they can hold books, but don't they just, or maybe they just read stone tablets with only 5 runes on it. And then...
I don't know. It's a flipping giant. Oh, for Pete's sake. Yeah, as we know, giants, of course, brilliant penmanships. Brilliant penmanship. As far as we know, with the giants in the series, their idea of an artwork or a poem written by a giant, would be them uprooting a tree and writing a rude message in the snow. That's about as far as they would get for literature. Yeah. And Shibu Boom is saying, well, I'm concentrating on aptitude now, so face is important. That's true. As I said, aptitude is probably one of the most important ones you go for as a free-to-play player, just for the basics. So, Feus, I mean, I hate to say this, but you should get Robert at least to level 10, because, to be fair, nobody has him higher than Grey.
You don't have to swear in this chat. Anything concerning Robert, I just disagree with.
I got Robert up to level 10 because I unlocked him for Grey. You know, everybody unlocked him just to have a look. I got him to level 10. I'm not going to get him any higher because he's basic level 10, but aptitude level 3 and finance level 2 can be useful. Aptitude level 3 mainly. He's responsible for a few minutes of speed ups a day. That's the reason to get him. I think you unlock him anyway for just going through the elite trials. So you have him, you might as well just use him. I thought Seg was supposed to be like a diplomat or something. I don't think the Giants had diplomats. I thought the diplomacy...
Smash?
I thought it just turned up. Hits things.
So I got a tip recently when it comes to badges. And they said if you want to clean up a little bit, just combine everything so they're grey. You'll see it in a second on the screen.
What, just decombine everything, make them all grey?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make these badges grey again.
Because then it really cleans up, because else you have like a whole screen full of badges.
Yeah, you can figure out exactly what you need, what you have.
For example, I know I have enough horses to do a lot.
Yeah, well, you can see that it's just a power of 4, so you can make another blue cavalry attack badge from there. You can make 2 cavalry defense badges.
Yep, I can make 1 not cavalry attack badge, and since my cavalry is never frontline, I'm not gonna combine those. But I'm waiting for a spearman attack, a cavalry attack badge, and I'm actually unlocking my royals. Wait, I was gonna do that today. I was gonna hope for an event. No, come on. That boosted technology. Nice. Which is now. And because I unlocked my royal bowman just for Expedition Beyond, actually, because I couldn't handle the fact that I was still fighting with tier 3 bowmen in Expedition Beyond.
So you finally give in and start to upgrade your bowman.
I have to.
It's quite surprising the big jump you get from tier 3 to tier 4 just in Expedition Beyond.
Yeah.
The bonus. Your army would not have known what was going on. You haven't used bows in months. So suddenly you start an Expedition Beyond, your army's getting ready, and suddenly there are a couple guys with sticks and bows. They just turn up. Your army's looking at them and go, what are you here for? The Expedition Beyond, like we're supposed to be.
It's like they're desperately trying for people to get something to do with bowmen.
Yeah. Look, you need to use bowmen now because the bowman heroes. So many bowman heroes.
Don't get me wrong, I want them to boost bowmen.
But make them useful, damn it. Maybe make bowmen like they were designed for. Bowmen shouldn't really be used in sort of pitch battles, sending them out to attack. You want them defending on walls. So either buff the walls or give them a massive attack buff if they're defending or something.
Or put them frontline in formation.
Put them frontline. Use them as a meat shield so your infantry...
Spearman bowman formation, why not? Don't be shy. At least that my bowmen get in position 5 seconds. Because if they start fighting 5 seconds earlier, then I can use them much better.
I think that's the main problem with bowmen. They're always last, so they always take 7 seconds to get into combat. And just those 7 seconds, meaning they're not firing, they're not shooting. It's not done. Like you can't afford to wait the 7 seconds, the first 2-3 rounds of combat where your troops are doing nothing, no damage.
True. In average fights, it's horrible that your infantry do more damage than your bowmen almost, just because they've been fighting from the start. While your bowmen like, yeah, I think the front line is almost gone. I guess we have to run now.
It is a bit stupid, especially when you consider that infantry as their base have half the attack of bowmen, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, no, well, not half, but on the level 3 base, bowmen have 75 base and infantry have 56 attack. Now that's compounded by the fact that it's the base, so even with added bonuses, like bowmen on stat wise are doing hundreds of, well, have 100 or 150 more damage points than infantry individually.
I was watching the bowman fight.
Yeah. Well, you can see if the bowmen actually get into combat, they do a lot of damage.
True.
But if you have other troop types, the bowmen are always so far behind, they miss out on the first few rounds. And that can just be really painful.
Half of the battle they're walking. It's just no.
It's just no.
I think they should really up the chances of getting something from legendary chests. I'm not lying.
Oh, that's another kettle of fish. All the legendary badges, the legendary materials. I've never got a legendary item out of any legendary chest.
No, it's impossible.
Not to mention all these legendary sort of Stoneway claimant chests and things like that.
Yeah, I just opened
grey
some.
items, a lot of them.
It's ridiculous.
Black ears, grey items. I'm just on opening a couple now. You pick them up quite regularly from events, from things like that. But you only ever get grey. Oh no, I got a green item there. Wow.
You have to screenshot there because nobody's gonna believe you. Even the friendship. I did get legendary items from the friendship chest though.
Just give bowman gathering bonuses. They are useful. That's all I used my bowman for. But you don't need to unlock level 4 royal bowman for that. Like level 1 bowmen are pretty good at gathering, just because of the resources you use. At my current level, with sort of the resource gathering upgrades and speed and things like that, if my bowman can make 4 trips and survive, then they pay for themselves in terms of resources.
So I finally got my royal spearmen back to 1 million.
Ready for the next Kingdom vs. Kingdom where you lose half of them again?
True. My royal cavalry is still not recovered at all. I've been focusing on getting all my elites back to 1 million first. Because they got the biggest hit. And now I'm going back to my royals. But I used to have 500, 500, 800 or something. On the royals, and now I have 437 infantry, 225,000 cavalry only, and at least 1 million spearmen.
Cavalry did take a pounding.
Oh,
Santiago Serial made a point. It doesn't matter if it's grey, green, or golden. If it's not the one item you actually need, it means nothing. Maester Scrolls! Maester Scrolls! Never get.
Maester Scrolls? Who needs those?
Everybody needs those, I think. I'm just looking at my every time I go on to the Old Town students end up on rotation. I just look at the Maester set and I'm like, yeah, I can get that one to purple, that one to purple, that one to purple, and that one to purple. I am just missing all the Maester Scrolls.
Oh yeah. I don't even know why I was looking.
There's no need to look. You don't have them.
Well, I have one purple Maester Scroll for some reason. And that's really all. Okay, I'm gonna need 4. I'm gonna need 4 or 1 green Mace's scroll, and then I can get something to purple.
You
But
can get a purple.
yeah, but only the helmet or the boots.
That's telling you 260 million player, and you only now get a mace item to.
Well, have you seen my marketplace video where I just made suggestions about some?
I did. I just didn't pay attention.
Because that was more about how you manage to use your gathered resources, your jute, etc., to trade them at least with whatever you need or whatever is on the day. I can't find shit here. It's so horrible. The reward calendar. Whatever is on the reward calendar, what you can obtain, you can actually trade that day on the local market. That's the whole idea behind it. So the suggestion has been sent, but since it's not something they can make money off, the chances that they will add it is relatively small. But I basically spoon-fed it to them. So like, you just have to make these screens. They look like this. You don't have to do anything.
Add these together. Here, look, I've written half the code. Here.
I can write the fucking code for them if they really want to.
Probably be less buggy than most stuff, but
if they give me the FTP, etc. for the server.
Why CH is asking, do you guys know of Guns for Hire, Whale Mercenaries? Is that an alliance in the game? I have no idea.
They don't seem to be that impressive if I don't know about them.
The champion armor gives more research speed, and it's quite easy to build. You just save those scrolls and get other pieces to purple. Oh, the champion armor. I think everybody's got that to gold.
Champion armor. I can't remember when I finished that.
There was a champion set.
Yeah.
You only get 4% research speed from it. The best thing, of course, is the research speed from the Isle of Rolor, the 20%. That's quite good. Then there's also the Rebel End sets. I mean, getting those to blue, it's fairly good. You have the research speed from the Kraken's Pendant, an extra 7%, and from the 7-pointed star. So those together, you have 34, 38% research just from the Champion set and the Rebel's End. The Mesa set by itself is fairly limited. The research speed even for the blue items is only about 5% to 3% each. You just need to get them to gold for them to be worthwhile.
My research set has now 62.58% research speed. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I have had several questions multiple times about research, and not research as in what I did in my research masterclass, but how to up your research speed. In a way that's interesting, because I'm not that interested in research speed at the moment, because I simply can't afford whatever I'm researching. So I can't go faster anyway, regardless of my speed.
I would say I'm pretty much approaching the same thing. Got to be honest. I mean, my research speed, the best I have right now is 55% on the equipment, an extra 100% on the talents, and then the bonus you get from Mesa Tower. But research is definitely something that falls back. It's the same with every speed up in this game. 100% research speed buff will reduce the time in half. 200% will reduce it by 2/3. 300% will reduce it by 3/4. And so on and so forth. So you're not, after you get 250, 300%, the amount of time you're saving is just less and less and less. And to be honest, not worth a lot of the effort, unless you can make a big jump.
But if you want...
Sorry,
if you want to focus on research speed, the first things you of course have to do is you have your Soren and you have your Varus.
True. If you can, Tyrion.
Yeah, and Tyrion, so that will bring it already. I don't know how much Tyrion gives me at the moment on blue. That will give me another 8%, so that's already a total of 58%, which is already equal to what I can get with my research gear at the moment.
True. With Soren and Varus, both of them together, they increase your research speed by 50%. Now, it takes about a month to get. This is a month of just using your daily regen instead of using items as well or added bonuses. This is not taking into account the extra energy, for example, you get from Expedition Beyond. So really, with just a little bit, you could probably get both Soren and Varus to gold from grey in about a month or 5 weeks. So that 50% just alone from those two heroes in a month or so is probably the best way to upgrade your research at the start.
Yes, and that's the only thing actually they came actually not. They don't give an edge to paying players when it comes to research speed, because there's almost all the big expensive commanders just give total stats to your attack. So you have Raymond here who gives research speed. That's the only paying commander you can get which boosts your research speed to another 25%. And unless I'm mistaken, all the commanders I don't have actually don't give any research speed. This is total attack. Really? You're gonna be annoying.
You know, unpredictable son of a bitch has well, makes a good point. After 300% research speed, it's like throwing a bucket into a bathtub. You don't notice it.
That's true. It's just too much. So I think I'm full research now. I am on 272. That's all the gear I have, and I have 25% from my noble rank. So that's another up and comer. You can at least get another half of the speed you get from let's see, from the commanders, and that actually doesn't increase much after you become knight. Becoming knight is always a bigger moment, because then you also get a bonus to army size plus 20,000, and then your research speed is 15%, and that after 25% it doesn't go up further. It just remains 25% research speed forever on Lord Commander 3.
And then I suppose the final thing to look at for the extra research speed would be the new refinement. Like, it's possible to get a 50% research on that. It'd be slow going, but you could get it on every single item and then upgrade it.
I'm thinking why they added. I'm looking at my stats and I'm like, where the they added and my statistics. I have a one no named statistic with 2.83% research, which is most likely your refinement.
Yeah, refinement will be slow going at the start, but if you can basically change all your items, you get research on each. I can easily see that replacing. And thank you, Santiago. Yep. Highgarden, Doris, Spears. Marjorie Tyrell is also research speed buff.
Yeah. I've been focusing on research as well. I have on my helmet at least already. My chest, I've re-rolled it. I haven't been rolling it on something else, I think. But the ones, I've also rolled it on one of my trinkets. So at least the things I'm actively upgrading do have research, only not my weapon, because I have stuff that I need on there. So I don't want to re-roll anything on there.
Yeah, just it doesn't matter. Don't need to worry too much about re-rolling, because you do keep the bonuses you put in there. So if you re-rolled, say, a spearman health, which is half full, it would just turn into half full whatever you roll into it. But yeah, there was Sabrina as well. Another research area just came in soon, but the point is that Varus and Soren you can get 50% quite easily, and they're free to get. Those are free to play commanders, and one should always get to gold for the bonus because you don't need to pay for them. So, do we have anything else on the anniversary event?
Now I had one question. Is there a difference between rally size bonus and rally size expansion? It's the exact same thing, right?
I think it is, as far as I know. The rally size expansion.
You see it on your refinement as well.
Yeah, well, the rally size expansion is the same as the glory level bonus you get from upgrading your Bannerman Hall, which I presume is exactly the same as everything.
Yeah, I think it applies to the room you have in your rally without your troops, because your troops can expand it even further.
Yeah, because your rally size works on your sort of rally capacity plus your own individual army, which is why we can see sometimes now some rallies in excess of 3.5 million troops, just with people using the bonuses. Santiago, we should probably cover what the point of the fireworks is. If you go into the anniversary event, you should be able to look at the greeting history.
I clicked it now.
Yep, and that shows you the different bonuses you get from the fireworks. People setting off the fireworks give you these passive bonuses. As far as I know, it's a bit random, but you had training speed, construction speed, all plus 5%.
Well, I don't know.
Those
I
things.
think something is now active for me. Greeting from Cersei Lannister, Oberyn Jaime, research speed plus 5%, remaining time 2 hours. I think actually that's not from the fireworks I exploded. It's
No, not the ones
just
that you explode. It's fireworks that people explode. Like if you think it's active for 2 hours, it's active for 4 hours from when the fireworks get set off, and it's been 2 hours since the fireworks have gone.
all right. It's not that much, but it's helping, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a difference between army size and rally size. Yes, army size. We know that army size is just the basic army you can send out on your attack, and rally size is the size of the rally you can send. They're very, very different. Rally size is normally about 10 times the size of army size, just because of bonuses. Yeah, so Santiago, the point for those fireworks is just to set them off to gain bonuses that way. Also, you do gain bonuses when you set off fireworks yourself. What have you gained so far?
I'm not sure. I'm watching.
You set off some fireworks, didn't you?
Yes, and I've gained festive points from it, but I'm not sure what the festive points do. They give a buff to a castle, it said. Setting off fireworks around the castle will increase its festive points. Every day at 1 a.m., 7 a.m., 1 p.m., and 7 p.m., the top 3 castle emissaries on the festive points rankings will... then it cuts off. Grant all players on the servers.
Yeah.
Oh,
special
so
bonuses.
it's the top 3 castles that has been fireworked that will grant the bonuses.
Yeah. So if you look at the greetings, you can see you've received construction speed. The one I have, construction speed plus 5 from Cersei Lannister, Peter Baelish, and Julian. Now, Julian, I presume, is Sunspear. Peter Baelish being the Eyrie, and Cersei Lannister being from Castle Rock. Maybe. Could be King's Landing. I haven't got a fucking clue.
I'm looking at it.
But those are the 3 castles that got the most fireworks, so that's the buff. So if you work with your sort of people on your server, you may be able to get a higher research buff, a higher troop training speed buff, something along those lines. Like maybe if you set off 100 different fireworks on, I'm not sure what the combination would be, Winterfell, Eyrie, and Storm's End, you'd end up with a research boost of 10%. Set off 200 fireworks and you get 15% or so on. But for now, we don't really know. There's no information. We can't. We know nothing. They tell us nothing.
Yeah, and if I'm looking at King's Landing now, by the way. If you really want to start big research, don't forget your king can do a scholar fair. They sometimes do it, and if you can tune that up with a title, Grand Maester. If you can request that, if you don't have King's Landing, just try to request it from the king, the controlling alliance, and they can give it to anyone on the server. And a lot of servers also have deals going on about it to get the Grand Maester just to start research. After that, you just can lose it again, and you just keep the speed, of course. So that would be another 25% you can gain from that.
Yes, all bonuses are non-retroactive in this game. That means once you've got applied and you've actually set it off, you're fine. You have all the bonuses, you can set it off, then you can lose those bonuses, switch out the equipment, and it won't change anything that's currently going on. It's the same with marching speed, it's the same with gathering, it's the same with basically anything. Once it's locked in, once it's actually started, you can change the bonuses for something else.
Doing active reward now. It was diamonds. I missed them both. So what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm not gonna roll to get the rewards from today. Right?
And that's how it works. Yes.
So yes.
Yeah. If you don't like the rewards today on the active rewards, you wait and you can gain the bonuses for.
You cut off there, but
Okay. Sorry. So yeah. Well, today is diamonds, so you want to use today's. It was yesterday that you shouldn't have used your items for.
Ah.
If you wanted extra diamonds. I think tomorrow's gold though, so if you prefer gold instead of diamonds, well, leave those roulette wheels alone, and you should get a couple of extra shots on the gold. And I got 300 VIP points and 1 hour speed up. Well, yeah, I'm looking at yours as well now. We didn't get very lucky, did we?
oh, this new patch, something came. I just saw a little flame near my active reward. Activeness rating.
Oh, yes. That thing, it tells you're in your alliance. I mean, some people in my alliance are already up to 700.
It's
Fucking
ridiculous.
man.
And I see I am active 100 to 500 points. Very active 501 to 700 points. That's a lot. Mine's
I mean, it's a little bit arbitrary because you could just have it on in the background. I'm already up to 360, which to us isn't that high for quite a few players in my alliance. But it could be an interesting way of seeing how active people are on a day-to-day basis rather than just logging in once, getting the chest, and then logging out again. It actually tells you how long they spend on the game. Although, the easy way around that is log on, go to work, leave your game on while that's going, in the background.
Oh, it's not the daily points, but because you... How much points can you get per day?
I don't know how many points you get per day. That's the thing. It's been a couple of days. Some people are already approaching 700 in our alliance.
How am I supposed to get 700? Even if I spend €10, I get 260, 310.
Oh, you sort of gain the activeness rating for doing things, chatting in the game, leaving it online. I think you gain something for an hour or so being online, things like that. Anything you do in the game gives you sort of the activeness rating.
Okay, because the points I can get is 480.
Yeah.
I just calculated.
It's not just the reward.
Being active. I don't know. I've never been in this chat before.
Have you just gone to the local chat?
No, Alliance chat. Hello?
Alliance chat, hello? What
Am I active to you?
This is new. Hello?
I don't have
I don't think it's playtime. I think it's how many dailies you make. Well, I've made all the dailies, and Hunter and people like that are higher ranked than me. It could be just the daily rewards, but those are really easy to get.
Oh, caps lock. Oh, you. They're talking back to me.
Hello.
This is a time where we don't have to be social. Leave me alone. Again,
my server has just something from chat now. My server has an invading alliance that we find hard to deal with by our own. A lot of players now are sort of marauding, sort of. They just pillage the server, then they move on. The best advice I can give you is the same advice the rebellion stood by when they were trying to fight Dacia. Is bubble, bubble, and bubble.
Bubble?
I think that basically sums it up, doesn't it, Reaper?
True. Okay, I just found local chat and I was like, oh my god. What
local
is this?
chat's interesting. It's people in different servers who are round about the same location as you.
It's toxic as.
Well, of course, yeah, of course it is. Do you remember at the start when we had the public chat in the forums, things like that?
Yeah.
You had to go in with a hazmat suit if you ever wanted to go in there.
It's just topic now. Oh, I can still choose. Ah, it's still there. Maybe I go to global chat. It's kind of weird. Do you remember the time there was only 2 servers?
I remember when there was only 2 servers, yes.
And world chat was still used more than twice a day.
Bubbles makes for a very boring gameplay. It's the only way to survive on a lot of the higher rank servers. Players will be bubbled 24. Oh, speaking of which, how long do I have on my bubble? Ooh, I have 23 minutes left. Ooh, let's pop another one. bubbles are the way to survive. I mean, normal alliances, you can easily gain the 1,000 diamonds a day you need for bubbles. It's the way to stay safe. Then you hit back when they're here. If your server works together, a lot of servers have sort of a council of alliances that work together. You could maybe, if everybody bubbles, if there's no targets, these sort of raiders will leave. They've got nothing else for them to do.
Oh, I can't press enter anymore to send something in chat. It just breaks line now.
It's based on what language you have in the game as well. Oh, that explains why everybody was speaking of made-up language on Reaper.
No, this makes sense. Okay, it's empty now. That's better. Oh, English chat, it says. Oh. When I go there, it starts filling, so it's like it doesn't have any memory. Now it is pretty English.
We got a flashback. Do you remember Rename Lord, Reaper?
Oh, God. Yeah, I know. And you had,
I'm fairly certain Rename Lord was absorbed into someone else. I'm looking at you, Unpredictable. Are you keeping it alive in spirit?
Well, we had Lord Lobo Jet, which was another very active troll. No, he was actually.
At least hopefully. Yeah. At least hopefully now the local chat is. Oh, there we go. Not English.
Hello?
The local chat will be sort of the repository for all the toxicity.
Where my game at? My game froze again. Usually I got a message. They removed the message. This does not remove the bug, guys.
So instead of removing the bug, they just removed the message telling you about the bug.
Yeah, this is just freezing now. They change the message every patch. Like, no, the message is less. We just we figured it out. The message is non-recurring now. They just freeze my game. I miss the simple people that would troll the chats and would really think you give them free stuff and stuff. Or the patriots that would go on world chat in the name of your alliance to make sure everybody hates you sufficiently to attack you.
Yeah, so their entire modus operandi was talk shit to get hit. And that was the entire idea.
Okay,
so fuck. King Stannis and Donald Trump in Kingdom 2. That takes that's a while back. Back when Donald Trump had his own alliance called the Wall, up near the Wall. Strange.
Oh, that's a long time ago. Oh, we cleared them out for like 400 million or 700 million gold. Idiot.
And at the time, that was a lot.
So they added O'Bane as emissary of Riverrun, yet he has no card. Just something that I noticed.
Okay. Well, the cards are obviously a lot more limited, but the emissaries we get straight from the cities. So it looks like when we said that in our video earlier, we were talking about the fact that Obian's probably from Riverrun, as we were sort of trying to narrow down the cities he was from the Riverlands. Looks like we were spot on, actually.
True. I just unlocked a new title. Soldier of Legends. Unlock all tier 4 troops.
Well, look at that. So unlocking the tier 4 bows was useful for something.
Got a little border. Got a lot of borders. I never switched them. So ever since I was rank 1 in the training rounds, I kept that one. Okay, very well. Yeah, so that was pretty much... Was there something else? Yeah, I had several questions about what the best ways are to gain experience. So I haven't gained experience for so incredibly long time.
The best way to gain experience, hands down, is fighting, attacking other troops. Like, hands down, that's easiest. It's also the riskiest. Apart from that, if you're sort of a lower level, you're talking level 40 or so, the chapter quests you have are worth an awful lot of experience individually. The best thing to do is basically save up a couple of those chapter quests, save up a couple of normal quests, then pop a 25% experience boost from the Scepter to the 7, and use that there. Yeah. Then it's that you gain experience slowly by doing other activities. Attacking horses gives you experience. Attacking the werewood gives you experience. So best hands down is easily attacking people. Then there's the chapter quests if you can save them up.
Just a question. You are level 59.
Yes, I am.
How much you need from 59 to 60?
In layman terms, a lot. Let's see. So I need 20. They need to put commas or spaces in these numbers because they just have one massive wall of numbers. I need 21 million experience to level up to from level 59 to 60. Yeah, 21 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of fighting because I was looking at some battle reports and they usually give me around 1 million XP, which is pretty much because you need like 21 of these hits, which are really rare to get there. But
it's difficult. I mean, admittedly, most hits you end up with 100,000 or 50,000 XP, so you will need 200 odd hits, 300 odd hits. But those are things you can easily do 10 to 20 in each kingdom versus kingdom, and not the main XP. Even though you gain more from attacking, most of the experience, so the passive gain, will come from attacking horses. Like if you attack a level 4, I think you get 4,000 experience. So you multiply that by the amount of times you can attack it. Or in the werewood, with the added bonus, if you do an awful lot of blitzing, you can end up with 100,000 experience from that, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I got 4,000 from a level 4 hit.
Yeah, 4,000 from a level 4. So you just need to do that every single day, and it's slow going, certainly, but you do a couple of those hits and you will eventually upgrade. I normally get about in every kingdom versus kingdom, I get another sixth of the way there, and then in between kingdom versus kingdoms, just in the month playing, I get an extra sixth. So the easiest way, of course, is fighting. If you can get someone willing enough to kill themselves on you, then you could probably get to level 60 quite easily.
Yeah, and the Alliance quest is ridiculously low.
Yeah, Alliance quests aren't worth it, really. The only reason I do it is for the Alliance coins.
Well, there is a main quest is pretty decent. For example, the Iron Bank to level 7 I'm watching now, that gives you 50,000, 56,000. 100,000, 100. Okay, so upgrading buildings actually do have, thanks to the main quest, a decent amount of experience as well. If I would max out my Iron Bank, it would give me another 135,000, but it's also really slow in comparison. However, you can do smaller things in the military main quest, like make 200 oil barrels, which is really simple. I just haven't done it ever, but it does give 6,000 XP. So the small things, if you would make a lot of these traps, etc. So if you check the main quests, there are actually a decent amount of quests that can really boost your XP, and which you might want to do before you're level 60, because the moment you're level 60, the whole concept of experience is just nothing, means nothing to you.
Yeah, as I said though, with the chapter quest, the same thing. You should try and work out a couple of those quests, fill up all the prerequisites, but then don't forget to add the 25% XP bonus. I mean, I think from VIP, what's the VIP you get 50% bonus from? The VIP level, rather important to get to, where you get 50% XP.
Wrong button.
Okay, VIP level 9 is when you hit 50%. So from VIP level 9, that's when you want to start saving up you want to save up the quest until VIP level 9, then add the extra Scepter of the 7 bonus for increased Lord XP, which costs 2,500 diamonds, so it's not that much. It's a little bit pricey, but it's not too bad for an extra 25% experience.
VIP 9 is not that hard, right?
No, VIP 9 is fairly easy to get.
You know, after that, it doesn't really increase, and they have no reason to, because everybody should be level 60 by then.
I still think it's funny that a quest reach level 60 gives you experience.
Yeah. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, it's too bad. Experience. It's something that you should be able to max out in a year. I think just if you're free to play, maybe a little bit over a year. If you're really
Attacking the
focused on it.
horses.
Yeah.
That's what. Just attack horses for the experience. As Unpredictable just said, attacking level 4 rebel leaders is the best way to get level 58 to 59.
But it does mean you can focus a little bit on expedition and pacification before you level 60, especially around when you're like level 58. Start focusing on that, because I really unlocked level 4 horses pretty early, but I realized it was too early because I really needed 10 hits or something for them, and now I can 3 hit them. So over
To be
time
honest,
it gets better.
you should look at Expedition of Pacification fairly early anyway, as it's quite good for gaining yourself diamonds and other items, even if it's just for level 3s. I'd say from round about level 50, you want to be focusing on it slightly, at least until you can 3-shot level 3s, then you keep that up until you reach Commander's level 58, 59, and then you work on doing 3 or 4-shotting level 4s, just for the bonuses.
I said 3 shots. I hope I can 3 shot. Should be able to 3
Well,
shot.
you said it now, so if the stream cuts out, it's totally not because Reaper failed. It's due to technical difficulty.
Okay, I could use a buff maybe. Do I still have expedition buff too? No. At least cheat a bit. If you hit them like 25%, 27 maybe, then you can 3-shot them, because then the combo cap will increase your damage on the next hit. And of course you have to hit them one by one, not all 3 at once.
Yeah, around about 27, 28%. That's your threshold on first attack to get the 3-shot in.
So
of course,
it is
sometimes
29.
you can end up with
29.
29.
I did 29, but I do have a 25%, so that would be 29. That's about 8. Okay, that would be like 21 without a buff. So then would need 4.
Not quite, because your heroes also have other buffs added to them. So the 25% bonus there isn't actually equivalent to 25% on the base.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
As with many things, there are an awful lot of multipliers in this game that you just need to figure out. So, did you have any other questions?
No, the rest is pretty much set. So I think that was all the questions we wanted to go through tonight. Just to get some nice interaction with my people. Of course, don't forget, I just unlocked the community tab a few days ago, so I might be posting a nice screenshot there, etc. I can do a lot more. I can also post little clips there and other things. So if you have something really nice you want to share to the world, short clips or images, I can post it there, like fan fiction, etc. So that's really fun that I can do that. And of course, I passed 1,000 subs and we're going insanely fast. So if you see any commercials, feel free to use any form of ad blocker, of course. But my channel is monetized now, so I'm partnered with YouTube as well. So I'm actually making a little money on this as well.
If you guys don't have ad block on, you actually pay us for skipping adverts.
It's just a few cents.
Yeah, well, it adds up. Wait, I have a question. How all the army rallied buffs work? Do I have to be the one holding the rally or just participating? The army rally buffs? Normally, I think that's just the one holding the rally, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the same as always. You know this, Unpredictable. You know this.
Yeah, well, the only thing you can bring to the party is your dragon.
Yeah, the dragon and the dragon buffs themselves.
Why can't I see it? Oh, here. That will give a bonus if you have your infantry badges after level 5, of your attack badges in general on your dragons. If they pass level 5, you will add to the bonus, provided the rally leader has a dragon with those buffs on it. And other than that, you can't add anything. So how horrible were these? Ooh, I have a purple ancient hull.
You got a purple item?
Purple ancient hull.
Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
So that's the max you can get on level 4s, of course. I think level 5s can give better, don't they? I still haven't unlocked level 5s because it still isn't useful for me to do so. I will need a lot of hits on these, but they can give purple items. So if you ever want a lucky hit on the Master Scroll, you're gonna need to start hitting level 5s.
You want to have everything up to level 10 before you even look at level 5. So just you'll need all the bonuses possible.
Yeah, and personally, I focus on the Sun Spear set. It's really important to me. So I do always focus on the Greenblood Warriors, or whatever gives the Sun Spear set. I think that's only the Greenblood.
True, Sun Spear set is a rather good one anyway for, well, the infantry attack, spearman defense, and marching speed from the sword is a very attractive item. Same with the Sun Spear shield, with the spearman attack, infantry defense, again with marching speed. And the memories of the Rohoin, spearman health, infantry attack as well. Well, bowman attack.
Yep.
But the Sun Spear set is definitely a good one. One I also like as well is the Frost set, as it has an awful lot of spearman attack.
Yeah, I could focus on these. But of course, the items that give the right stats I have as my champion set, and that's... Wait, let me edit this real fast. And that's, for example, I don't have trousers, so I'm using the Sun Spear trousers, which adds to bowman attack mainly, which I don't like. But also infantry defense, so I'm really looking for good trousers. Now, if I would quickly check the Frost set trousers while we're at it.
You mean the boots, yeah?
These are boots for them. Spearman health, that actually would be better for me to wear at the moment. But they give bowman health, which is really useless. They have to add bowman crap stats to everything you like. That's the problem.
Yeah, the point is, as the if bowman health and defense ever comes into effect, something has gone terribly wrong, and you're already fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a close call. Sunspeed trousers or frost marching boots. Depends a bit. I currently run the infantry front line with a big spearman behind it. So I think currently the trousers are still better for me because they give the...
Plus, they're awfully stylish with the red and blue stripes.
True, they're beautiful. They give the infantry defense.
Yep, at least it's bowman attack, so it's a stat that isn't completely useless. If you do have bow.
That's another point indeed. And I do have a collection bonus here. 4% on each. Health, defense, and training speed. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to go through tonight. And I'm starting to lose my voice, so... yeah, I have regrets about the anniversary, that it is not what I hoped it would be. It's somewhat disappointing. It has some nice lore part to it, which is actually the first time they connected a little bit back to the lore after they made their initial 20 commanders and the map and the cities.
They made massive sweeping changes. Do you think we'll get the small cities out soon?
No, I think they will never unlock. I think you have more chance they unlock the second continent, which they won't either. I think neither of them will ever happen. And how long will the game run? Another 2 years, maybe, before it dies out?
Maybe, we'll see. So, did we cover everything you wanted to do? How long has it been? It's been nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been pretty long for a Q&A. It's been pretty us talking for a Q&A. But we had questions which we wanted to connect. We had questions before the stream, so we didn't only get them from the live chat, of course. That's the difference. So it was a Q from before, and then an A during, and a little bit Q from the live chat.
So what, you're saying it was a Chihuahua?
Sure.
It was a quack instead of just a normal Q&A.
Oh, fuck. Slowness.
Oh, look. Looks like you... tell us what you really feel then, Reaper. Tell us what you really feel.
I don't feel. I don't have a heart. I'm just skull and bones. I can't wait for another troll session with Celonis on Minecraft.
Oh, no. We may have to do something like that tomorrow. Obviously, in quarantine and all that.
Yeah, sure.
But we'll see. I'm never going to live that down. Unpredictable. There's a member in an alliance called HRL. Now the problem is HRL takes at least a few seconds to say in Alliance Conquest and all that. It's like HRL is doing a rally, so I just abbreviated his name to Hurl. Hurl. Have you seen what Hurl's doing? Or Hurl? Hurl's sending a rally, and I'm not sure. Unpredictable. We were talking about it before. It took him at least 10 minutes before he realized I was saying HRL. He just thought I was saying something random, or doing a Minecraft villager impression of Hurl.
It's almost becoming an urban word. The villager groan. Everybody knows it. So yes, I enjoyed everything. I'm not sure if Fringlish continues on his side, but for me it is complete. I've done my job. I've connected with my people.
You've done the connection. Well, without a stream today, I'll probably be just in the Discord chilling. If you have any questions, make sure to post it. I'll probably be on the music, probably the music channel, doing a bit of Fringlish radio in a bit, Fringlish FM. But I thought you were saying her. Oh yeah, you thought I was saying her every time. Her's doing a rally. It made it very confusing. No, I'll probably be there in the Discord for a while. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I may kidnap Reaper, force him to join us.
Sure.
But we'll see. Until then, we've been two skeletons, just having a grand old time. I need more tea.
Yeah, I could do another coffee as well.
I mean, that had nothing to do with the actual, goodbye, hello. I'm just saying that I need more tea. I'm nearly out. So thank you guys for watching. Anything you want to add?
No, we'll see you next. We want to do more Q&As because it's easy content. Now, I want to connect a lot more with the community. I can make videos, but I've covered most of the major part of the game, so I'd rather have a Q&A of a few hours. Of course, I always live stream all the big events, and maybe even Army of the Dead becomes eventually interesting content, but for now it won't. But at least I can connect a bit with the people. So these are all live streams with live chat, of course. And I can't wait for Alliance Conquest, actually.
That would be nice. Okay, and well, until the next time, see everybody tomorrow.
All right. Bye bye, everyone. I'm pressing end stream now. Bye. Wait.